Hi everyone, Liam Burt here. I hope you're all doing well. I know it's kind of difficult. You might be going a little stir crazy now that we're all still quarantined. With that said, before I really jump into this video, I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you to all of the healthcare workers that are, in this fight day in and day out. Really getting after it. It's got to be a super scary thing to have to walk into a room and not know whether or not you could potentially catch this disease. It's like walking into a room and there's a ghost in there that could attack you at any given time and you don't know. And I'm sure that you're relying on this personal protective equipment to kind of help you get through that and at least alleviate some of the anxiety you might be having. And it's quite unfortunate that we're having such a personal protection equipment or medical supplies, if you will, crisis right now. So I just want you to know that while you're in there fighting for us, I'm going to be out here fighting for you by way of providing you, hopefully, with the proper personal protective equipment that you need in order to do your job. Because it's absolutely ridiculous that 20% of you folks aren't protected when you go to work. That's asinine, and I literally can't sleep over it, nor have I been able to this past 3 weeks, which is why I decided to take action. And the way that I'm doing that, and I guess I'll direct the presentation towards the rest of the audience at this juncture, the way I've done that is by creating the Med Supply Network. So I'm super excited about this because it really gives us an opportunity to jump in this fight with these healthcare workers. It gives us an opportunity to do that by way of, on the front end, an e-commerce website, and we'll go over some of the features. An e-commerce website which will connect healthcare facilities directly with suppliers and even folks that are at home, sewing these masks themselves. So with that said, if you are a medical or if you're a personal protection equipment medical supplier, medical supply supplier, or even if you're just knitting these masks at home, you can absolutely jump on this platform and help this fight. With that said, also, if you are a raw materials manufacturer or distributor, this website was designed for you, because on the back end, what I'm doing is facilitating partnerships. So it's effectively an industrial partnership platform on the back end as well, whereas on the front end, it's solely strictly an e-commerce store for healthcare facilities to connect directly with suppliers. So with that said, I'll just show you what the platform looks like really quick. And what we'll do is go over how to register as a supplier. So it's currently in beta. I'm planning on having a full launch 4/20, which is Monday, potentially sooner. It really just depends on a number of things. But the way that it works is the healthcare facilities will be able to sign on right away, go to the store, they'll be able to zero in on a location of a supplier, and they'll be able to procure directly from this website. And they can actually procure, obviously considering it's e-commerce, from multiple vendors, which is, pretty huge, because right now they're relying on just, knowing certain folks in the industry. And that's great, but at the same time, I believe that we're facing this crisis because these personal protection equipment manufacturers, medical supplies manufacturers, they're not, they don't have much of an online presence, which is challenging, right? So that means that they don't have access to the routes or modes of communication to connect directly with the healthcare facilities and vice versa. So what this platform is doing is enabling them to connect really easily over the internet and also cut back on turnover time. So if they order something in their area, they're much more likely, honestly, to get it a lot quicker, which is a gap that this platform is going to bridge. Now for suppliers, I'll just show you really quickly, if I can get all this stuff out of the way. I'll show you how you can go ahead and register and get your stuff on this free-to-use e-commerce platform right now. So if you are a personal protection equipment supplier, manufacturer supplier, if you're a raw materials manufacturer or a distributor, or even if you're just making these face masks out of your living room, you're all more than welcome to join this. The way you do that is by going to my account at www.medsupply.com, and you just click on I am a vendor, and you just fill out this information. It's super easy. This is auto-populated. Okay, great. Just fill out your password, all your information. Your shop name is going to be the name of your e-commerce store. So if you have Supply Strong, for example, it'll automatically populate supply-strong, and this is going to be your URL to your store. You just have to agree to the T's and C's, just like signing up for iTunes or Apple or whatever like that. And you're obviously more than welcome to review it, and then you hit register. And the next page we'll get to will be the registration portion. So here's where you're officially going to register your store. And this is really just filling out basic information. I will be sending follow-up emails to confirm, that you are a verified supplier. And if you're just making this out of, your living room, don't worry about it. Obviously you'll be able to throw this up on the website. But with that said, it is important actually to note, I'm going to skip this stuff for now. It is important to note that this is only for the USA, Canada, and Mexico, just because, from certain trade distortions, we're unable to really import and export, heavily at least, this type of stuff to other countries, although that will change. A, and B, I can actually export everything about this site and create a new domain for different countries. So I would be, looking for country managers in that regard. So if you want to have like an italy.medsupply.network.com, I would love that. I would love to be able to use this platform to solve this crisis all over the world, but I won't be able to do it alone. So with that said, here's what your dashboard looks like. There's a number of different things you're going to be able to stay on top of, like your total number of orders, your recurring orders. You can throw different staff members on here. There is a live chat feature. So while folks are shopping around, if they hit your store, you'll be able to see that. And they'll have the option to live chat with you if you are, in fact, at your store. And there's all types of branding things you can throw up here as well. If you just go to the settings, you can set, everything up. You can link your bank account and all that kind of good stuff, or your PayPal account, which is preferable because it's more secure, directly to this. You can have your banner, your logo, all your information, etc. And your address is super important, just so people can identify where exactly you are. Now, with that said, let's just go over some of the other features of the platform. Pull this up here. Okay, great. So you can literally do anything that you would like to from an e-commerce standpoint on this store. You can easily import all of your products via Excel. So your pictures would be in column A, for example, and then you would have the name of the product and description, all that kind of good stuff. That'll all go throughout the rest of the columns. Geolocation, which we went over, seller verification. You can import your return and warranty policies. If you're a wholesaler, you're absolutely more than welcome to join the store. As a matter of fact, you're more than welcome to the store. It's encouraged, absolutely. International shipping portal. So if you are importing from overseas, you can set it up so as soon as your supplies hit States, it'll automatically route to wherever you'd like it to go. This can also be done through PayPal MassPay. So if a healthcare facility is buying from multiple vendors, they can absolutely use MassPay. You can easily duplicate products like face masks, for example, that just have very minor differences, or perhaps the picture is the only thing really different in the name. There's going to be single product like N95, multiple vendors. So there's going to be tons of people selling these. So you will absolutely have that capability on the platform. And there's just a number of stuff that it comes with. One of the most important things as well is this live chat, as I had mentioned before, but also inquiries. People will be able to send in inquiries like, hey, when are you expecting this stuff to be produced? When are you expecting these face masks to be produced, or these shields to be produced, etc. And they can follow your store, so they can get different alerts on, when your inventory goes up, and they can leave you reviews and whatnot as well. So, I think I've taken this just about as far as I possibly can alone. And I'm really hopeful that this platform will, solve a lot of the problems that we're facing, most specifically the personal protection equipment crisis. With that said, I could definitely use some help. I'm in this fight alone at this point. I do want to thank, ZoomInfo. ZoomInfo provided me with, a week-long trial of so I can get the data that I need to reach out to all these manufacturers and all of these healthcare facilities, which is such a massive help. Because it's things like data that I would need in order to get the word out, right? And things like you potentially dropping a hashtag SupplyStrong in the comments and maybe tagging someone that's in healthcare, or tagging someone that you believe would like to, join this whole cause. And with that said, so Supply Strong is actually going to be a cause that I'm going to go ahead and just officially establish right now, because our weakness at this juncture is the fact that we're lacking the proper supplies. We're lacking the proper PPE medical supplies that our healthcare workers need in order to do their jobs. 20% of these folks are going in to their jobs, going into these healthcare facilities unprotected. That's outrageous. 20%. That is absolutely insane. And to build off that, they're leaving and they're coming back into the community, and they could potentially even be, bringing the virus in, which is scary for them. It's scary for us. We need to put an end to this. This is absolutely insanity. So I'm hopeful that you'll join me in this cause. Hashtag Supply Strong. Just drop it in the comments. Tag someone that you think would find value in becoming a part of this. And I would love if you would explore ways to, help me out in this. I'm absolutely looking for, advisory board, for example. I'm looking for, different mentors in this space. This is a platform for, personal protection equipment suppliers, for raw materials manufacturers, obviously for folks that are just, sewing these out of their houses. Everyone is welcome, as well as to, participate and helping me out. I could definitely use, the more the merrier at this point. I could use the help. And if you'd like to donate, that'd be fantastic, because things like data are things that I need. Once we get, more suppliers on here, I'm going to need more bandwidth with the website. Like I mentioned, I think I've pretty much taken this just about as far as I can, and I'm going to take it, even further by way of making 500 cold calls a day, which is what I believe that I was put on this earth to do at this juncture. But at any rate, the point is, I'd love to work with you. If you want to reach out, if you want to get involved, there's tons of ways in which you can help. You can go and donate. That'll help me procure the resources that I need. I'm also hopeful to just start procuring these medical supplies, at some point, just on a massive scale, just so we can make sure that there's always inventory available, so that these healthcare workers don't have to have the anxiety of going to work without the proper protection. That's ludicrous. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. This is my contribution to fighting the COVID-19 virus. I'm hopeful that you'll stand by me in this fight. Reach out to me today if you'd like to get involved. I would love to work with you. All right, thanks so much. I really appreciate your time. Take care. Bye.